Welcome back to the Randy Rose Report. Today I want to talk about the media and how corrupt it is today. Now, when I was a kid, that is a younger man, that is a child, before I was 10 years old, and I would watch the news and how good it was as far as investigating in 60 Minutes with their investigative reporters and finding the corruption and finding what's going wrong with this, that, and the other, and it was very exciting. But then I heard that in Russia, the media must only report that which is, well, let's put it this way, favorable to the Russian government. In other words, they could not criticize the Russian government. Everything they had to report had to laud the Russian government. And the same thing, too. So, now the media is in bed with the government just like Russia. So what we need to do is vote Republican so that the media will stop laying down and actually do their job. So, you Democrats out there who are also frustrated with how the news only lauds the government, then you too should vote Republican. Because if you keep voting Democrat, we're going to end up just like Detroit. Now, I'm sure you recall when the Obama administration with Benghazi came out, and they sent Rice around to all the different networks saying, oh, it was this video. These people were just out for a walk. They decided to, basically, cause a little trouble because of the video. And then it got out of hand. And, that's all it was just a demonstration that got out of hand. Okay, well, when that was on the news, I must admit, I was pointing at the TV and I was yelling, liar, liar, pants on fire. As it turns out, it was a lie. It has been proven by the Pentagon that it was, in fact, a planned terrorist attack on, guess when? September 11th. Duh. How anybody can think that it's not a terrorist attack, they're just either naive, stupid, or just trying to lie. And I think that's what it was all about, trying to lie to the American people, because Obama said he had Al-Qaeda on the run. And then he turns around and has Al-Qaeda affiliated, killing his ambassador. Now, this is a rumor I heard, and it was from a very credible source. However, I don't know if this is true, and I want to say that up front because I promised you I'd always bring you the truth. This one I'm not too sure about, but this is what I was told. President Obama had made a deal with the terrorists to capture the ambassador and trade him for the World Trade bomber back in the, back in the 80s or something like that, in the basement there, the old blind sheik. Obama doesn't want to continue to hold him. He wants to let the blind sheik go, or at least get out of this country, out of New York, out of the prison system. So what my source told me was that they made a little deal where they would capture the ambassador and do a trade with the sheik, and then that would make Obama look good. Well, the terrorists, I guess they probably went in with the idea of capturing the ambassador, but who knows, you really can't trust a terrorist. But what my source told me was that when they went in there to try to abduct the ambassador, they were surprised by these SEALs who had asked for help, had been turned down. I thought that was kind of interesting, that in real time the president would turn down a rescue mission when Americans, are in trouble, unless he figured it was no big deal, they were just going to be capturing the ambassador. Well, I guess the terrorists thought that Obama lied because they were there were SEALs there shooting at them. So they decided all bets were off, and they decided to rape and kill the ambassador. But again, that's all speculation on my part. I don't know that for a fact. This is something that a source told me who's normally credible. But I guess time will tell, and history will tell as well. So the fact of the matter is, it was indeed a terrorist attack. It was planned. It was coordinated. They had people out there directing fire and things of that nature that a coordinated effort would be. Plus, they have them on videotape casing the joint days beforehand. The same people that created the actual, attack were basically casing the joint days earlier. So fast forward to now, and the New York Times, the media in bed with Obama and trying to get Hillary elected, decided to come out with a story that said, guess what? It was a video. Of course, the director of that video is in prison. Funny how you can imprison somebody for their free speech. But again, the Obama administration doesn't care about free speech. They don't care about your privacy rights. They want to take away your guns. I mean, it's basically the Saul Alinsky playbook. If you read Saul Alinsky's book, then you'll get an idea of exactly what Obama's up to. Basically, control the food supply, control the health supply, control the money supply, and you own the people. Oh, and you got to take away their guns because they might rise up and fight against you. So basically my theme today is we can't trust the media anymore. I think the only one that's really out there telling the truth, and they're telling both sides, is Fox News. But oh boy, those leftist progressives, they'll sit there and call it, oh, Fox News lies, that's not true news. But it's interesting that as time goes by, everything that the Fox News has been saying has been the absolute truth and has been proven to be the truth. And everything that MSNBC and CNN and those guys have said have turned out to be lies. But again, we know the Democrats like to lie. They feel that they can lie to win an election. Republicans like to tell the truth. I will tell you this, though. There are some Republicans that do have progressive leanings. I was at one of the meetings in the Clark County Republican Central Committee meeting, and they were drafting a letter about the school shooting up in Connecticut, where everybody thinks there was an AR-15 used, because the media said that there was an AR-15 used. But guess what? There was no AR-15 there. He had a shotgun in the trunk, and he was using handguns when he was attacking those students. And of course, if there had been an armed teacher, that kid would have been blown away, and we wouldn't have had the tragedy that we have today. But the media instilled the word AR-15 because, that's just basically what they're trying to do, is take away our guns, because Obama wants to take away our guns. Well, we were in the meeting, and there was this girl, I guess she was at UNLV, and she was like, yeah, we got to draft this thing and say, even though there was an AR-15 used, we're against gun, blah, blah. And I stood up and said, we cannot go forward with lies that the Democrats invented just to write this article. And I couldn't believe we actually had to vote on whether or not they were going to lie. Fortunately, the truth won out again, and the truth always does. Thank you for listening. This is Randy Rose from the Randy Rose Report, and I will talk to you later. Bye.